Citizens of hope and glory, time goes by, it's the time. It's always been Ethel.
Some albums capture a moment in time so perfectly that they become eternal. Genesis's Selling England by the Pound is that rare masterpiece where everything, the musicianship, the songwriting, the production, the concept, aligns into something transcendent. Released on October 12, 1973, this is Genesis at their absolute peak, creating music that is simultaneously quintessentially English and universally human. Following their successful 1972 to 1973 tour supporting Foxtrot, Genesis faced both opportunity and pressure. The tour had marked their first full-scale North American journey, drawing enthusiastic crowds, but also exposing cultural divides that would inspire the album's themes. Charisma Records, flush with the success of Foxtrot, which had peaked at number 12 in the UK, gave them 2 to 3 months to create new material, a timeline Mike Rutherford later called the kiss of death. The band, Peter Gabriel on vocals and flute, Tony Banks on keyboards, Mike Rutherford on bass and guitar, Steve Hackett on guitar, and Phil Collins on drums, retreated to Una Billings' dance studio, a cottage near Chessington Zoo in Surrey, during summer 1973, to write. This was the first time Genesis set aside specific time to compose via jams and improvisation, rather than assembling pre-existing ideas. The brief was clear: focus on their Englishness as a response to the American influence they'd witnessed. Gabriel later wrote all his lyrical contributions very quickly, in just a couple of days. The sessions at Island Studios, Basing Street, in London throughout August 1973 reunited them with John Burns, who had engineered Foxtrot and now stepped up as co-producer. Burns's technical skills created an environment that pushed the band to tackle increasingly complex arrangements. They expanded their sonic palette with an Echoplex and an ARP Pro soloist synthesizer. The sessions were intense and argumentative. Banks and Rutherford later expressed reservations about the album's consistency compared to Foxtrot. But Genesis's perfectionism paid spectacular dividends. Peter Gabriel discovered Betty Swanwick's painting, The Dream, at the 1973 Royal Academy Summer Exhibition. The quintessentially English image, a man sleeping on a garden bench surrounded by surreal topiary, perfectly captured the album's themes. When Gabriel asked Swanwick to create a version for the album, she admitted she didn't have time to paint something new. Her detailed works took considerable time to complete. Instead, she agreed to modify the existing painting, adding a lawnmower and pitchfork to reference "I know what I like" in your wardrobe. The band visited her home, had tea on the lawn, and met her eccentric pet parrot. She was a great old lady, Rutherford recalled.
Citizens of hope and glory.
The album opens with Gabriel's a cappella introduction, influenced by Scottish plainsong, before launching into a tour de force of English nostalgia and social commentary. Gabriel's lyrics reference green shield stamps, wimpy burgers, and Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, creating a rich tapestry of cultural imagery. The song evolved from short piano pieces Gabriel composed, combined with Hackett's guitar figures. The closing section features stunning 12-string work from Rutherford, weaving through the band's collective improvisation. This track sets the tone. It's deeply English, deeply emotional, and musically adventurous. Genesis goes pop, and the result is brilliant. The song's protagonist, Jacob the gardener, is perfectly content pushing his lawnmower, despite society's expectations that he should want more. Banks created the lawnmower sound using a low mellotron note, an effect Gabriel discovered while Banks was in the bathroom. Released as a single in February 1974, it became Genesis's first UK hit, reaching number 21 in April. The band was invited to perform on Top of the Pops, but declined, feeling it would be selling out. Live, Gabriel would wear a helmet and put wheat stalks in his mouth while pantomiming mowing. It's quirky, catchy, and utterly charming. And here we encounter one of progressive rock's defining moments. Banks had written most of this piece by 1972, offering it for Foxtrot, but it was rejected. Redesigned for this album, it became something extraordinary. The opening piano introduction, with its complex time signatures alternating between 13/16ths, 15/16ths, and 2/4, is breathtakingly beautiful. Gabriel's flute melody gives way to Hackett's guitar solo, which Genesis biographers Dave Bowler and Brian Dre called the crowning moment of Hackett's time with the band. Hackett himself said it will always be twinned with him, and he still enjoys playing it. The title is a pun on Scotland's Firth of Forth, and the lyrics speak to rivers of constant change. This is 9.5 minutes of absolute perfection. Phil Collins takes lead vocals on this gentle acoustic ballad, written by him and Rutherford while sitting on the steps outside Island Studios. It's performed by just the two of them, Rutherford on 12-string acoustic with reverb, Collins singing frequently in falsetto. Gabriel considered their contribution quite a breakthrough. It's a moment of vulnerability and tenderness that showcases the band's range. Gabriel's storytelling reaches its zenith in this sprawling tale of rival East End gangs fighting in Epping Forest. After reading about territorial battles in the news, Gabriel placed an advertisement in the Times and searched library archives for more information, but found nothing. So he created his own fictional characters, Liquid Len, Harold Demure, the Bethnal Green Butcher. The song's humor is dark and the wordplay complex. Live, Gabriel would wear a stocking over his head, acting out the violence. Despite Banks and Rutherford's reservations about having too many good ideas, it became a live favorite and even inspired a football chant. Hackett's instrumental serves as a bridge, giving listeners a moment to breathe between epics. It's beautiful and melancholic, proof that Genesis understood dynamics and pacing. The second epic, and what an epic it is. The lyrics, written by Banks and Rutherford and influenced by T.S. Eliot's The Waste Land, tell parallel stories of working-class romance before invoking Tiresias, the blind prophet from Greek mythology who lived as both man and woman. The instrumental section builds to a stunning climax, featuring intricate interplay between all 5 musicians. This is Genesis firing on all cylinders. The album closes by reprising the opening melody of Dancing with the Moonlit Knight, bringing everything full circle. The title is a double pun, supermarket aisles and the Isle of Plenty that is Britain. It's a perfect conclusion to a perfect album. Selling England by the Pound reached number 3 in the UK and number 70 in the US, with American success benefiting from Charisma's switch from Buddha Records to Atlantic for distribution. The album tour ran from September 1973 to May 1974, featuring elaborate staging with all performers in white, slides projected onto white surfaces. Gabriel wore full Britannia costume for Dancing with the Moonlit Knight. Their 6 shows in 3 nights at the Roxy in Los Angeles earned rave reviews. The album has been certified gold in both the UK and US, and its reputation has only grown with time. Fish of Marillion called it the definitive Genesis album. According to Hackett, John Lennon praised it during a radio interview. Robert Pollard of Guided by Voices said it's one of my top 10 records of all time, and that Genesis with Peter Gabriel might be my biggest influence. What strikes me most about this album is how it manages to be both deeply complex and profoundly accessible. This is the kind of record that reveals new layers with each listen. A composition you thought you knew suddenly surprises you with a detail you'd never noticed before. It's a 10 out of 10, without question. The musicianship is extraordinary. Banks's keyboards provide both power and elegance. Hackett's guitar work is innovative and emotional. Rutherford's bass lines anchor everything. Collins's drumming is both intricate and propulsive. And Gabriel's vocals and theatrical vision tie it all together. The production is crystal clear, every instrument perfectly placed. The songwriting is sophisticated, yet accessible, complex, yet never self-indulgent. This is prog rock that remembers melody and emotion alongside technical prowess. Selling England by the Pound represents everything progressive rock should be: ambitious, intelligent, emotional, and utterly captivating. This is Genesis at their creative zenith, a band of 5 extraordinary musicians creating something greater than the sum of their parts. Nearly 52 years later, it still sounds fresh, vital, and completely timeless.